is marking here with a number. That way, when I get ready, I can match them up so that where the holes were drilled, it'll fit right back in. Okay, we're going to work on the thumb wheels. Use this oak flooring material, some scrap, to build them up. Okay, we're going to continue on with our markings here. Myself a little bit off, and then I go right to this edge here. That'll get my 2-inch mark. Need to draw out 10 of these. So I'm just using the lines to help line up the hole saw when I go into drill press mode, so I can get it right down there and use the centers. I'll drill a 1/4-inch hole first right in the center to line up the hole saw. Learned that the hard way on that last project, trying to eyeball when I was doing the laser install. And first time it didn't come out accurate enough, but this time it will. Okay, so we're at this point again. I had cut all the holes out with this 3/4-inch scrap and soft wood. Now I understand why not to use soft wood, because it broke. The wheels broke when I was trying to cut them down to the thickness that they needed to be. So what I've done is I planed, as we saw, I planed this down to the thickness that it needs to be. And let's see, there's the difference in the thickness. So now I use some oak to make these thumb wheels, and we're going to go ahead, and I don't think the laser shows up, but I have the laser on, and this helps me get right to where I need to be. A lot easier than trying to find the little dot with the tip of the brad point. But this is a 1/4-inch brad point bit. We're going to drill a hole through the center of each one of these. As you saw when I built the laser, I've learned makes it a lot more accurate. And so we're going to go ahead and drill these out and make these wheels. If you want to see, you can. I'll make sure I'm right on. Okay. I'll be right back when I start that. I didn't turn this on, so why waste your time? Alright. I'll go ahead and get the next one here. I do find this laser setup a lot easier for me to get this lined up. Alright, well, now we're going to cut our holes. 2-inch hole saw at 825 is the speed. Now we just kind of got to get this thing lined up with my hole, the 1/4 inch that we drilled. There we are. Okay. Pretty noisy. Okay. Man, really noisy. And this bit really gets hot, so you got to be careful of that. And I never really have it tight, so I'm able to spin it out like that. Drop it over here. There we go. So, hey YouTube. Okay, so now we got to take our thumb wheels here. Got the threaded inserts in. I had to buy these online. They don't have any prongs, so I don't have to worry about it splitting or anything. We just got to glue them in. They're not glued in yet. But I've got to get them the thickness down so that they'll fit underneath there. In order to do that, what we're using is our belt sander. And the reason I'm doing that is I've got that backing there to help keep them straight because of that edge there. And I'll just put pressure down on top here to get them to go. So let's turn on some air. So that's all we do, just to get them down. This is actually already almost there. So that was the better way. I used the planer to get the wood down close to the thickness that I needed. Cut in the thumb screws. Then used the sander to get it down to the final size. And using the sander in this method, you're able to keep it from you know, getting wonky, so it's nice and flat. Hey, good morning YouTube. Okay, let's see, let me show you how I'm doing these thumb wheels for this planer sled. I temporarily kind of put it together just to make sure everything worked, but we're going to go ahead and show you the process. So what I've done with these is I just take a bolt, put it on. In the magazine article they show you doing this with a drill press, but I'm trying to do this on the Shopsmith, so I'll show you what I'm doing on the Shopsmith. This is all I had handy that was a 10 by 20 or 1/4 by 20 threads. any nut will work. All I'm doing is jam fitting it. Keep it steady. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead, put this up into here. And what we're going to do here is just round these edges. There's nothing in here that says anything exact on how it's got to be. We just want to round them over. So I'm just going to use a file, some 240 grit sandpaper, and a sanding block. I'm at 1350 for the speed. This is showing up. And we'll throw a little bit of sandpaper on here. It's not taking a whole lot. The key is to have it jam fitted so that you can, the tools can cut and the sandpaper can sand. And then I think this is up to that feels pretty smooth. So okay, yeah, that feels pretty good now. So I got to do this 10 times, so this will take a while. I'm not going to run through, have you watch me doing every one of them, but what I will do here is hopefully so that you can see the difference between the two on the edge. I hope that's visible for you. So that's all that does.